It won't take long for you to see on the comment section the term based. Based, beast, dude, that's so based, so based. It's a lot of people arguing back and forth with each other, but they don't even know where this term came from, at least in internet terms. This term came from uh, a free spirit, a very creative, forward thinking artist, rapper, visionary named Little B. Little B, the based god. And, based was just sort of this philosophy to be yourself no matter what and to not judge others and to live freely and to express yourself without fear, being your truest form of your form self, being your truest form of your true self. Right. So, and this originated through Little B doing his freestyles, where he would call them based freestyles, because he was just going straight off the top of his dome, one take, not plugging in, just really tapping into a part of himself that sometimes you don't even know existed. It's like this subconscious state. And it was sort of this movement online to be forward thinking and positive and spread love and positivity to others. Thank you, based God, shout out Little B. So this was sort of what the movement was supposed to be. But unfortunately, I've noticed online it's turned into like this, the exact opposite. It's just a lot of people. It's like someone will say just this hateful comment, and they'll be like, "Based, based." It's like people are sort of using it as like as this edge word thing, which was never what it was supposed to be, and it makes me disappointed. And it makes me wonder like how do terms just completely lose their value when they get in the wrong hands? Because it was a movement, it was just this philosophy. And I want to say based because I believe in the true form of based, what Lil B was preaching. But I'm afraid someone will hear that and think I'm just some chud edgelord. Because unfortunately, that's who's mostly using it. But and it's important to note, Lil B did live by this term. He put out an album called "I'm Gay," and that was sort of to take the power away from homophobia and hatred and all these things that you can't be, and that's what he really put on the forefront. And I love that album. I listen to it a lot, and a lot of people, they might view art from this very analytical lens where it's like, well, the lyrics, it's not like it doesn't fully align, but it's just if you just listen to it, man, and you just feel it out, you can feel that spirit of just positivity always shining through despite everything. It's just a very human album, and I think it's what we're really missing. It's just someone who isn't afraid to put themselves out there and, not afraid to have their flaws on display and just go off the top of your head like I'm sort of doing, I'm sort of based freestyling in a way, but this is a vlog sort of thing. But I think that mentality is really missed, especially when with the AI stuff taking over, it's just people obsessed with these results, but it's about the process. It's about the process of creating. It's about the process of connecting with others. And I love what Lil B represents still to this day. And he was definitely someone I looked up to. And believe it or not, I actually did a song with Lil B when I was like 18. It's not very good. I didn't mix my vocals. I kind of messed up, but it's still cool to have that story and share that experience with others. I listened to his based freestyle, fittingly enough, mixtape with Chance the Rapper, and it's just such an uplifting project. It's not forced. It's so natural, and I definitely recommend. And it's a little bit sad because there's been some Little B erasure. He got taken off of like basically every streaming platform. And I don't use streaming platforms, but I know that is the main way people consume music. If you want to check them out, you can support on Bandcamp and all that stuff. But it is sad because I know most people won't get to discover someone who was sort of a pioneer and someone who understood how to use the internet in a really unique way. And I wish we would get back to that sort of community aspect of the internet. That guy follows like over 1 million people on Twitter. And I think that's sort of the essence of what, these online followings should be. It shouldn't be like this influencer sort of worshiping. It should be like built upon connections and community and that sort of thing. And just makes me sad to see people misuse bass because that term became so universal online. And it's used by so many people who I know have no idea about Little B or what he stood for. They've never listened to any of his mixtapes or his work, and they don't understand. He really put himself out there, and he was at one point considered, like, a lot of people call him the worst rapper ever. All those lists, all that hate, all the death threats he got for the Gay album. But man, he won at the ends because he's putting out stuff that connected with people. That's how I see it. And he gets cosigns from these legends, but it's more about tapping into that spirit of your true self, your true loving self. And I think deep down, people's truest state, their most real state, is to love and to show love. I don't think it's hatred or any of that stuff. I think if that is someone's state, something went wrong. And I think that's what he was trying to tap into. And I just want to get back to, maybe we can use or reclaim based from these people who want to use it in a hateful and, not positive, not base state. So that's just what I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you, Base God. Shout Lil B.